not good.
Buried deep within the depths of YouTube might just be the clearest and most compelling proof yet that these creatures are real. Recorded 30 miles east of the Banff Park boundary near Nordegg, Alberta, this footage comes from an unsuspecting oil field worker going about his usual day. As he parked his truck and stepped out to inspect the equipment in the snow, his dash camera was silently recording. He finished his routine checks, got back in his vehicle, and drove off, completely unaware that his camera had just captured something chilling lurking in the woods.
And so we end up spending a lot of time looking at information that perhaps we wouldn't have been information in an online era.
Yeah, it's either a terrorist attack or a natural disaster or an act of war where the world...
As he turned his truck, the dash camera caught it, a massive shadowy figure standing just beyond the tree line. The worker never noticed, but the camera did. Upon closer inspection, the figure is tall, covered in thick black fur, and eerily still, almost as if it's watching him. And in slow motion, a detail emerges that it's holding something.
Because this is something that's going to unfold. It's been unfolding for months. It's going to continue to unfold for...
People are losing their minds, convinced this is undeniably Bigfoot. And the evidence only gets stranger, because this isn't an isolated case. Back in December 2019, Bigfoot enthusiast David Beaver recorded a strikingly similar figure, a towering Bigfoot clutching what appeared to be a smaller one, just 25 to 30 miles west of this exact location. Could this be the same family? With two separate sightings in broad daylight, captured in undeniable detail, the question isn't whether Bigfoot exists, it's how long they've been watching us. Most Bigfoot sightings in broad daylight are captured in low-quality, distant footage, often leaving more questions than answers. However, this video stands apart. It is as clear and up close as it gets. Recorded by an unknown individual, the footage reveals a massive creature resting on the ground, gripping a handful of grass. At first glance, it bears a resemblance to an orangutan, but the moment it turns toward the camera, it becomes immediately clear. This is something entirely different. The creature's facial features and overall appearance perfectly align with what Bigfoot experts have long described. As expected, reactions to the footage are divided. Some skeptics dismiss it as a hoax, speculating that it could be someone in a costume. However, others argue that the creature's facial expressions subtly shift as it looks toward the camera, something that would be nearly impossible to replicate with a simple bodysuit. Of course, the possibility of an elaborate hoax cannot be ruled out. But if this footage is authentic, then it may very well be the clearest and most compelling visual evidence of Bigfoot's existence to date. The next video comes from the Blue Mountain Bandit YouTube channel, which primarily uploads reels about camping life and outdoor activities in Oregon. However, this particular reel is a re-upload from an unknown source, and what it captures is truly intriguing. Filmed in the Blue Mountains of Oregon, the footage shows a distant figure making its way up a steep hill. From afar, the creature appears to be a tall, lanky humanoid covered in black fur, an image eerily reminiscent of Bigfoot. Despite its bipedal movement, which resembles human walking, the entirely black figure has fueled speculation. Some viewers in the comments dismissed it as a person struggling to climb the hill, But one commenter, who lives just 20 minutes from the location, argued otherwise. According to him, this figure is around 7 feet tall, based on his familiarity with the area and surrounding landmarks. He also confirmed that it wasn't a person or a snow-covered rock formation. The video has left people divided, with some convinced it's just a hiker, while others believe it could be the legendary Bigfoot. What do you think? This video comes from Midwest Bigfoot Researcher, a YouTube channel primarily active in Michigan. For over 6 years, they have been dedicated to tracking elusive creatures like Sasquatch, meticulously documenting sightings in the area. With a team of experienced researchers, they not only capture compelling footage, but also analyze and break it down for their viewers. The footage in question comes from their expedition near Whitmore Pond in Evart, Michigan. On July 20th, 2021, the team had returned to this location after reports of a possible encounter with a juvenile Sasquatch, one that seemed to be lurking high in the trees. At first, the video reveals a dark figure perched among the branches, and as the narrator zooms in, he points out his subject, a shadowy presence in the treetops, which he promises to break down in detail.
The red circle there is the video location. Right here is your first stable look at a distance of the subject in the tree. As I get closer, you get a better look at him, and then I'll have more in the breakdown here. But I also have a few more encounters after this.
As the cameraman ventures deeper into the woods, a sense of unease creeps in that something feels off. That's when he spots an unusual black growth clinging to a tree in the distance, stopping him in his tracks. Curiosity takes over, and he carefully moves in for a closer look, raising his camera toward this strange, unnatural shape. He tries to convince himself it's just a tree growth, but an eerie sense of paranoia starts to settle in. Something about it feels wrong, as if it's watching him back. Shaken, he eventually retreats to his campsite, still trying to process what the heck he just saw.
That's really weird. What are you doing? You think you're hiding?
Then comes the shocking revelation. The narrator returns to break down the footage, revealing that the so-called tree growth was not a tree growth at all. It was a juvenile Sasquatch, wrapped around the trunk, gripping a chunk of pine tree bark. He circles key details: its face, its hand, the pine bark, all unmistakably pointing to a living creature hiding in plain sight. But the most chilling moment, this thing moved and dropped a strange liquid onto the cameraman. The narrator highlights this disturbing moment, emphasizing that there is no tree growth that can poop or can throw liquid. So, was this really just an illusion of the forest, or an intelligent creature blending into its surroundings, watching from above? With daylight exposing its shadowy form, this encounter raises more questions than answers.
I like talking to trees. Alright.
In green is the face.
You're sweating or pooping or something, huh? Maybe that is a tree growth.
Next, we have a video from the Sooner Sasquatch channel, run by a man named Chris Dickinson. Living in Oklahoma, Chris has spent most of his life exploring its dense forests in search of answers about the elusive Sasquatch people. With years of experience navigating these woods, he knows exactly what signs to look for and what might be lurking just beyond the trees. In this particular video, uploaded on July 3rd, 2020, Chris and his friend venture deep into the Oklahoma wilderness, determined to uncover new clues about these mysterious creatures. The video begins with Chris carefully making his way through rugged, overgrown terrain until he stumbles upon a collection of fallen trees, a telltale sign often associated with Sasquatch activity. Then, something chilling happens. He claims to have seen a head peeking out from behind a tree, but when he tries to relocate the exact spot, it's gone. The uncertainty in his voice is palpable, his paranoia creeping in as he explains what he just witnessed. Despite the fear, he pushes forward, adjusting his position, only to hear the distinct snap of breaking branches. Something is closing in. As he cautiously explores the area, he stumbles upon an eerie fence made of sharp wires, stretching across the forest floor for reasons unknown. Who put this here, and why?
Something over there that looked like a head sticking up, but I couldn't. What? There's a fucking fence here.
Sensing an unseen presence, Chris and his friend decide to hop the fence and make their way deeper into the woods. They follow it for a while, moving cautiously through the dense trees until they reach an open clearing. That's when they spot something in the distance. Uncertain of what they just saw, they stand still, waiting, hoping to capture another glimpse. The eerie silence of the forest is broken only by ambient noises. Twigs snapping, distant rustling, intensifying their paranoia.
I seen that thing right there. It's just a tree trunk. Right in there. Over there, from back there, it looked like something huge.
After waiting a while, they press on, but as they re-enter the woods, the unsettling sounds return. Something is out there. The bushes ahead are thick and unnervingly still, except for the occasional shadowy movement, flickering between the leaves. Then, they come across something deeply unnatural. A bizarre web of fallen trees and branches, deliberately arranged, almost as if someone or something had built it. Chris scans the area, filming through the dense brush. That's when he catches it, something big and black in the distance. It's partially obscured by the trees, but its form is unmistakable. Something is watching them.
That looks pretty thick. Or do you see something in there?
I'm looking.
Holy crap, look at that. I got something big and black back here.
Then, low, guttural growls begin to rumble through the trees, an ominous warning from whatever is out there. According to Chris, multiple Bigfoots are lurking nearby, deliberately toying with them, making noises, and tracking their every move. While there's no clear visual proof in this video, the eerie sounds, the unnatural wooden structures, and the overwhelming sense of being watched all suggest one chilling possibility. These creatures may have mastered the art of hiding, and they're playing mind games with the intruders. The Sasquatch Outpost channel, dedicated to uncovering real Sasquatch footage from around the internet, posted this next video, one they claim was captured using night vision binoculars in the Lost Creek wilderness. According to them, this eerie footage was recorded on February 16, 2019, at approximately 1 a.m. At first glance, the night vision footage simply reveals a quiet, shadowy forest. But look closer. There's something unsettling hidden among the trees. A small, dark head with two glowing eyes can be seen peering from behind a tree, completely still, locked onto the camera, as if waiting for it to look away. The man behind the footage, Jim, later returned to the same spot the next morning to investigate. That's when he made a strange discovery. What the camera had captured appeared to be the dark bottom of a fallen log, which could explain the face-like shape. However, here's where things get really weird. Despite searching the area, he couldn't find anything that would have reflected infrared light from the camera. That's what makes this footage so unsettling. On one hand, it seems like nothing more than an optical illusion. But those two glowing reflections, which look exactly like a pair of watchful eyes staring back, tell a very different story. Pretty damn creepy. Ohio is well known for its Sasquatch sightings, attracting various expert trackers and enthusiasts who dedicate their time to investigating these mysterious encounters. One such team managed to capture a compelling image during one of their expeditions. At first glance, it appears to be an ape-like figure. However, it's important to note that there are no wild apes in Ohio. That fact alone makes this photo both strange and unsettling. If it's not an ape, then what else could it be? The only other possibility, according to experts, is that this could be a legitimate Bigfoot sighting. The figure matches the classic Sasquatch description: tall, covered in black fur, and walking with a humanoid stride. While this image could be considered strong evidence, the lack of additional information leaves us with more questions than answers. When it comes to the deep woods, hunters and the forest have always shared a close connection. However, this viral video has left many people questioning what exactly these two hunters encountered. In the footage, we see one of the hunters recording from high up in a tree. As they pan the camera view down to the forest floor, we catch a glimpse of the source of their distress, a massive, black-furred creature growling aggressively. This beast is huge, with long arms and a humanoid posture, and it appears to be searching for something, most likely the hunters themselves.
Oh shit, this is not good.
Now, could this just be a well-crafted hoax? Possibly, but the deep, bone-chilling growls don't sound like something a human could easily fake, and the sheer terror in the hunters' voices, that seems all too real. If you found yourself in a situation like this, perched high up in a tree with a massive unknown creature lurking below, what would you do?
Not good. What the f?
Since the 1970s, Iowa's diverse and beautiful landscapes have been the backdrop for multiple Bigfoot sightings, with reports totaling 77 encounters so far. And today, we've got something that just might add to that growing list. This mysterious photograph was captured by an unknown source, showcasing the serene beauty of the Iowa River. But upon closer inspection, there's something unsettling lurking in the scene. When you zoom in along the riverbank, a dark figure can be seen moving away from the water. At first glance, it appears humanoid, but some believe it could be Bigfoot. If we were to assume it's just a person, its towering height and completely black form tell a different story, one that doesn't quite add up. This is definitely intriguing. So, next time you're out hiking, camping, or simply soaking in Iowa's breathtaking outdoors, keep your eyes and ears open, because you never know when the infamous Sasquatch might decide to join you by the campfire.
In this video, captured by a trail camera in a forest at night, we see an intriguing and somewhat eerie image. The camera records a large, hairy creature lurking among the trees, its two eyes shining in the darkness. The creature's size and appearance evoke the image of Bigfoot, a legendary figure in folklore. The forest's nocturnal setting adds a mysterious aura to the footage, with the creature's glowing eyes intensifying the sense of mystery. It's difficult to determine exactly what the creature is due to the limited visibility and the camera's position. Watching this video leaves an unsettling feeling, especially with the creature's resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. It's a reminder of how much remains unknown about the natural world, particularly in the depths of the forest at night. This video narrates the chilling story of a man named Jeff who went solo camping and mysteriously vanished. His personal items, such as his wallet, medical inhaler, and camera, were later discovered in the forest. Intriguingly, the camera contained footage from the night Jeff disappeared. In the footage, Jeff captures a large humanoid figure with no discernible face. The figure abruptly vanishes, sparking Jeff's curiosity to venture deeper into the forest in search of it. The video then cuts off, leaving the fate of Jeff unknown. The footage, especially with the sudden appearance and disappearance of the strange figure, makes me really nervous. It leaves me with questions about what Jeff might have encountered in the forest that night. In this video, shot from inside a cart during an expedition, viewers witness an up-close encounter with a curious elephant. The group stumbles upon this magnificent animal. The elephant's curiosity is evident as it approaches the cart, getting alarmingly close to the passengers who nervously try to evade its tusks. Intriguingly, the elephant shows a particular interest in the cap of one man, skillfully removing it with its trunk. The man, unfazed, simply puts it back on. This close interaction between the elephant and the humans is unusual and surprising. This video leaves a sense of wonder mixed with unease. Such close encounters with wildlife, especially with large animals like elephants, are rare and can be unpredictable. In this video, captured from above by a drone, we see a man enjoying a peaceful bath in the crystal clear waters of Florida. He appears relaxed and unaware of his surroundings. However, the serenity of the scene is subtly disrupted when a manatee quietly approaches him. The gentle marine creature stands right beside the man, unnoticed for about 15 seconds. The moment the man finally realizes the presence of the large manatee next to him, he reacts with a startle, quickly swimming away. This sudden movement, in turn, frightens the manatee, causing it to retreat as well. In this dramatic video, someone films from the street as a building is engulfed in flames, with thick smoke pouring out of the shattered windows on the fire, ravaged floor. Amidst the chaos and concern, a startling moment occurs. A cat is seen leaping out of a 5th floor window. Remarkably, the cat lands on all 4 feet, a testament to its agility and survival instinct. The sight of the cat making such a daring escape and surviving is both shocking and impressive. Cats are known for their ability to land on their feet due to their highly developed vestibular system, but a leap from such a height is extraordinary. In this video from a home security camera, we witness an unusual nighttime intrusion. A bear breaks into a house and heads straight to the kitchen, the sacred haven of food. The bear sniffs around, clearly on the hunt for a snack, and eventually zeroes in on the fridge, opening the fridge with surprising ease. The bear rummages through, but seems uninterested in its contents. It then proceeds to search the drawers and cabinets, continuing its quest for food. This footage of a bear exploring a kitchen is both fascinating and unnerving. The ease with which the bear navigates the human space, searching for food, is a stark reminder of the adaptability and intelligence of wildlife. I would be terrified to wake up with a bear inside my kitchen during the night. Heading out on a forest trail can be a fun and calming adventure. But if you have an encounter like this, it surely turns into an event that you can never forget. This video comes from California, and in it, we see a car driving on a forest trail. There are 2 passengers in the car. One is the driver, and the other is his friend who is recording the video. As they move along the trail, they spot something big and humanoid in the distance.
Whoa! What was that?
Seeing it, the driver speeds up the car, and as they get close to it, they see this figure. Then they stop the car to follow, but the figure emits a really disturbing roar, which seems like it is warning them not to follow.
What the world?
Hearing this, the driver decides to let this thing go because venturing might be dangerous now.
I am not going in there.
And that's where the video ends. Seeing this creature's appearance, like its size, humanoid figure, it looks like what we call a Bigfoot. Do you think the same? Always listen to your parents when they tell you to keep pepper spray with you. It could be a game changer when you least expect it. Take this video, for example. A hunter was out in the woods chilling on a tree platform when a big black bear decided to climb up after him. The hunter stayed put on the tree, but another bear joined the party, trying to climb too. The hunter had a bear spray with him, and when the bears got too close, he sprayed them. It freaked them out, and they retreated. The bear spray basically saved the day because those bears weren't in the mood to turn around. What fascinates me is that bear spray is super effective at keeping these massive animals away without hurting them. So, if you're into hiking or hunting, it's a smart move to keep one of these bad boys handy. You never know when you might have a crazy encounter like this. Imagine you're hiking peacefully through a forest, and suddenly you stumble upon a bizarre sight. A massive heap of what seems to be animal carcasses. Yep, that's what this video is all about. Recorded by a curious hiker, it shows a bunch of stuff that sure looks like the remains of animals scattered around. There are ribcage bones and other bits and bobs that make you wonder what in the world happened here. What kind of creature is behind this? It's a bit eerie, no doubt. The hiker in the video is just as puzzled as you might be. The big question is, why are these things here? Some viewers are saying they might be leaves from some exotic tree, just lying around drying out. Also, There are no skulls or anything like that can be spotted in the Hile, so I am leaning towards the idea that they're probably just some peculiar tree leaves. However, no matter how you try to rationalize it, it's still pretty creepy. If I stumbled upon something like that during a hike, I might just keel over from the shock. This video serves as a stark reminder not to let children get too close to wild animals, even if they seem cute and harmless. The footage captures a group of tourists observing a seal's playful antics in the water. All seems well until a little girl, intrigued by the seal, decides to sit on the fence for a closer look. To everyone's surprise and the parents' worst nightmare, the seal swiftly grabs the girl by her shirt and drags her into the water.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
In a moment of sheer terror, the father reacts quickly, jumping into the water to rescue his daughter from the seal's grip. It's an unsettling and unfortunate scene, imagining the fear the young girl experienced being pulled into the water like that. Fortunately, the seal, perhaps startled by the sudden intervention, releases the girl as soon as someone enters the water. I have to say, that is a crazy thing to happen to you. Just imagine being at a dinner table and mentioning this. But jokes aside, this incident serves as a reminder about the unpredictable nature of wild animals, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a safe distance to ensure both human and animal well-being. Home security cameras are usually installed to provide a sense of security, assuring us that someone is keeping an eye out. However, when these cameras capture unsettling scenes, they can quickly transform into a source of fear and distress. In a recent video from a home security camera, the backyard of a house is under surveillance. Right from the beginning, a tall, black humanoid figure is seen passing through the yard. The figure possesses an unusually tall body frame, with remarkably long legs. While some viewers might speculate that it's a human dressed in black overalls, the length of the creature's legs raises doubts about its human origin. What adds to the eerie vibe is the apparent avoidance of the camera. As the figure moves, it deliberately glances at the camera, suggesting an awareness of its surveillance. This behavior fuels speculation about potentially sinister and dark motives. This video, originating from a trail camera placed in the Vermont forest, captures a rare sighting of the legendary Bigfoot. As the footage unfolds, the camera reveals a wintry scene of ice-covered woods, and suddenly, a tall humanoid figure enters the frame, casually walking and disappearing behind some trees. The creature's posture is distinctly humanoid, and its size is massive, evident when compared to the nearby trees, indicating a height of more than 8 feet. Some viewers who have witnessed the video suggest that this creature is indeed a Bigfoot. However, there are others entertaining the possibility that it could be the elusive Yeti. Personally, I lean towards the belief that this creature is a Bigfoot, considering their known characteristics of thick black fur and a body structure resembling the figure in the video. Have you ever witnessed the might of a colossal black tornado in action? This video hails from Texas, capturing the formation of a massive tornado near an industrial zone. The video showcases the tornado expanding from the top, creating a daunting and unsettling spectacle. Notably, debris is visible within the tornado, indicating the destruction it has caused in its path. What adds to the tension is the tornado's apparent lack of movement, as there's a saying that a stationary tornado may be coming towards you. In this footage, the tornado is indeed approaching the camera. Fortunately, the locals were lucky that this tornado didn't form in conjunction with a thunderstorm, as those tornadoes unleash a level of destruction and fury beyond imagination. This video was uploaded by a user on TikTok. In the caption, he claims to have discovered the skeletal remains of a mermaid. In the video, he is seen picking something up from the beach water. Initially, it appears to be entangled branches, but as he brings it closer to the camera, it becomes evident that it is something unusual. The man recording the video is accompanied by his mom and aunt, who express their unease.
Oh my God! Holy shit! What is that? What the hell is that?
The object resembles the skeleton of a miniature creature, and as the camera shows its tail, the possibility of it being a legendary mermaid becomes apparent. With a complete ribcage, long skinny arms, and a fish-like tail, the creature appears mermaid-like. Perceiving its strangeness, the person holding the creature becomes unsettled and throws it back into the water, concluding the video. While the video appears realistic, there is a chance that it could be a prank or a hoax, but the mystery remains intriguing. Imagine waking up and stepping outside to grab your morning coffee, only to witness an unusual sight in the sky. This video, uploaded on the Viral Hog channel, was recorded in Indonesia and showcases a massive black smoke ring hovering in the sky. Resembling something out of a sci-fi movie, the movement of the ring is quite disconcerting. Over time, the smoke ring begins to dissipate, and the video concludes. Viewers and onlookers at the scene have speculated that this phenomenon is something spiritual or even alien. However, I believe there is likely a logical explanation for this black smoke ring, especially considering similar occurrences have been captured in various parts of the world. It seems plausible that the ring is man-made, perhaps originating from a chimney or a controlled fire, given the rounded shape and density of the smoke. Here's another video from California, claiming to capture the sighting of the legendary Bigfoot, but this time in a more relaxed setting, enjoying a drink by a river. Recorded by a hiker, the footage offers a low-quality yet beautiful view of a river surrounded by woods. In the distance, a black figure is seen moving around. The creature's posture and body frame resemble that of a human. After some movement, the creature sits by the river and starts drinking water. Notably, this creature is entirely black. While its appearance aligns with that of Bigfoot, it's challenging to definitively confirm its identity. Bigfoot typically has a broader body frame and a more towering stature, whereas this creature seems more human-like. I speculate that it could either be a person in a Bigfoot suit for amusement, or perhaps an unknown cryptid that is yet to be identified. If you're curious to witness what a real-life nightmare looks like, this video is perfect for you. Uploaded on Instagram by the username SquatchWatchOn. The footage features a view of a tall tree in the middle of the night. You might wonder why a video of a tree is included here. But as the cameraman captures the scene, he pans the camera to the top of the tree, revealing a strange figure standing there. The figure has a white face, a hunched body, and eerily stands effortlessly on the top of the tree without any visible support. It appears as though the creature is looking around, searching for something atop that tree. This video sent shivers down my spine, as it made one contemplate the unsettling thought that such entities could be lurking in the trees of the forest. Now, I'll be extra cautious and avoid getting too close to trees when I go out. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Some guy decided to have a test flight of his new drone, but he did not expect to capture these bizarre images. In this drone footage, we can immediately spot a giant creature walking in the forest. The creature appears just for a few moments, passing through the trees before disappearing. The man shifts his camera toward the position where the creature is heading, But at this point, the creature doesn't fully appear. The creature resembles the typical description of Bigfoot. Its height exceeds human height significantly, and it has a huge body. However, unlike Bigfoot, its color is reddish. But I am not sure what to say about this. Why is the footage cut so soon? If that was me, I would fly that drone right into its face to finally catch the best footage. What do you think? Some people just love going out into places like woods at night. It's a real thrill. So, this one person decides to head out around midnight with his trusty flashlight, not too far from civilization, but still deep in the woods. In the dim glow of his flashlight, he starts capturing what would later be nightmare fuel. The whole video is pretty creepy, and you can tell the person behind the camera is genuinely spooked, and he has plenty reason to be spooked. Just listen to the hellish sounds coming from the forest.
Oh my god. Nope. Nope.
Don't know about you, but I would have packed my bags and went home immediately after hearing these insane sounds. Just what exactly was that? I know mountain lions make terrifying screams, but that is just something else.
Oh my god.
You've probably seen many Bigfoot footage. Bigfoot is something we've all heard about, and everyone has watched some of its sightings. While some are undoubtedly legit, others are debunked as fake. Now, what you're looking at is the clearest footage of Bigfoot. It was shot in broad daylight in the woods. The person recording was standing at a higher vantage point. Maybe they already knew about the presence of some unknown creature and decided to start recording. The creature suddenly shows up as the video kicks off. It seemed like it was chilling in the bushes, noticed the person, and decided to book it while they started recording. In the footage, you can only see the creature's back as it is running off and disappearing into the woods. It's pretty evident it wasn't some bear or known creature, but I do have to raise some questions with which maybe you can help me. As far as I know, Bigfoots are known to have really large arms compared to their body size. Unlike us, here, we can see the proportions are closer to that of a human. Am I mistaken? Let me know. This video originates from Provo Canyon, Utah, where a pair of hikers captured footage of what they believe to be the legendary Bigfoot. As they were exploring the woods, they noticed a presence in the distance. Initially, it appeared to be a black bear going about its business behind the trees. However, as the creature stood up, it became clear that it wasn't a bear, but something else entirely. This humanoid figure was covered in dark fur, like a gorilla. The situation took a tense turn when the creature, upon spotting the hikers recording it, became visibly angry and started charging towards them. Faced with this massive creature heading their way, the hikers wisely chose to retreat. Sprinting for their lives. The encounter was both fascinating and frightening, and the creature resembled the legendary Bigfoot. Due to the obstructing trees and branches, a definitive confirmation of its identity remains elusive. This video, shared on Facebook by a user claiming to capture an alien phenomenon, certainly gives off an otherworldly vibe. Upon watching, it appears to show a peculiar flock of birds, forming an unusual shape in the sky. The flock looks dense and saturated, reminiscent of scenes from a horror movie. However, the reality is less extraterrestrial and more a natural phenomenon known as murmuration. What may seem like an alien display is, in fact, a gathering of thousands of starlings engaging in murmuration. During murmuration, these birds create breathtaking shapes in the sky, sometimes resulting in formations that can be quite eerie. Murmuration involves thousands of birds coming together in flight to craft intricate patterns overhead. However, for a child witnessing such a spectacle forming above their home, it's understandable that it might evoke fear and apprehension, perhaps even giving the impression of an apocalyptic event. If you find yourself traveling on a desolate forest road at night, you might just stumble upon something strange. And that's exactly what happened to this person. In a video captured on a car dash cam, the vehicle is navigating a dark forest road when a massive, strange creature comes into view at a distance. Upon closer inspection, slowing down the video and zooming in, the creature appears huge and oddly dinosaur-like. It boasts two remarkably thin and large hind legs, while two small front legs seemingly hang in the air as it walks, reminiscent of a dinosaur. Now, we all know dinosaurs are supposed to be ancient history, so the big question arises, is it some sort of cryptid, or have we been mistaken about dinosaurs going extinct? The mystery deepens. There are times when the paranormal becomes your reality and nightmarish stuff happens. And this is exactly what happened to these guys who were driving out at night with the sole purpose of having fun. They had heard before that a scary ghost usually stands at the same spot on the side of the road every night at the exact same time. However, what they did not know was that they are about to see the terrifying sight themselves. As they move forward, a human-like figure appears into sight. It looks like a person wearing a red-colored top, but when you look at its face, it resembles more of a skeleton than a human being. According to the man, the sight was enough to drain the blood off his feet, and they all got goosebumps all over their bodies. What do you think that was? A true encounter with a lost soul, forever cursed to haunt that road. This clip was recorded in the World War II tunnels, which have been abandoned for years. Way below the surface, where radiation levels rise way above average, a small group of people went into these old tunnels to test radiation levels. The camera started to go crazy and was malfunctioning at the lower level of the tunnels. I have to remark just the bravery you'd need to have just to willingly go into such a terrifying looking place, not to mention the radiation. The deepest part of the tunnel can be reached via several steps and wooden slides leading to the bottom. Minutes into the clip, we spot something that would shock anyone. According to the people heading down there, they have seen such sights before, and it is due to the radiation levels that the ghosts of the soldiers start to appear in that place. And truth be told, seeing all the environment and the history of the place, it can be true that the spirits of soldiers wander there still. I have heard of many places that are haunted by long-gone soldiers. This might be one of them. What do you think? Looking quite usual, this picture can haunt anyone for years. It might seem just an innocent-looking picture of a few friends taking a group photo. But if you focus on the background, you will spot something disturbing. We can see two hands appearing from the door in the scariest way possible. They do not look natural. The girls were having a night out and a good time, taking all the pictures with the camera. It wasn't until later that they decided to see all the photographs that they noticed the creepy sight right behind them. The hands do not resemble a human's hand, considering the longer fingers and the sharp nails. Moreover, the hands make it quite obvious that whoever they belong to is a tall being, considering it better to just hide in the darkness. According to the girls, they have never seen anything like this before, and never have they felt any paranormal entity in their house. This was apparently the first and the last time this happened. Personally, if something like this happens to me, I definitely won't be able to sleep in the same house ever. An unexplained phenomenon occurred at a farm in Beotu, China, a couple of years ago, when a flock of sheep began moving in a circular pattern for the better part of 12 days straight. According to the sheep's owner, the procession began with just a handful of sheep until hundreds more started joining in. The reason behind this mysterious phenomenon remained unknown, with everyone on YouTube coming up with their own theories. Some even said that the sheep had a disease or something. If anyone watching has any idea why they are doing that, please share in the comments. Would you ever believe that millions of years ago, the world was being walked by giants? Dinosaurs we have heard about, but giants are not something we get to witness every day. When a man came across this huge footprint on a rock, he was shocked to the core. As later the geologists got there and studied it, they found out the footprint was around 200 million to 3 billion years old. The 4 feet long footprint easily signals to the existence of giants so many years ago. However, there are also people who claim that it was not a long-gone race of giants, but some other branch of the human species, one which was way more gigantic than us. Could this also explain the existence of Bigfoot? If once there were giants, could there still be around some remnants or descendants of these giants? Maybe this is where the giant myths come from. There is no doubt that the footprint is legit. We just lack more evidence to come to a concrete conclusion. What's your opinion on it? Imagine on a stormy night, with rain falling heavily everywhere and thunder echoing the surroundings. You wake up and go to the window to see what's happening, but you encounter something that will not let you sleep for the night to come. A dark figure, covered in black clothes, holding an umbrella, standing very still right in front of your house. Apparently, it looks like a woman, but what exactly will a normal human being be doing right in the middle of such a strong storm, right? The man recording the clip was terrified to the core, but thankfully, he had it all recorded on his camera. He later uploaded the clip on YouTube, hoping to find an explanation. However, no one ever could give any. Could it be just a crazy person standing there in the rain? Or is it something more sinister? This clip was recorded in 2014 when a woman, while recording the decorations for Christmas, accidentally laid her eyes on a scary black figure wandering around in their area. Not being able to believe what she just saw, she went out with her husband to get a clear view, and the figure was still there. Although they were at a safe distance, considering the height and the physique of the figure, no place was safe. They stood there for a few minutes and the figure was still there, walking around in the woods. By appearance, it definitely looked like a Bigfoot. And thankfully, it did not notice the family keeping an eye on it. Otherwise, the situation would have been way worse. About the clip being genuine or not, nothing can be said, because it has been recorded from a distance, thus it could easily be just a man who looks like a Bigfoot. But you should always be careful, you might not know what lurks in your area. You might seen some movies about anacondas, or at least everyone has heard about them. Anacondas are the biggest snakes on our planet, measuring over 30 feet. They're considered one of the most dangerous snakes. This family was exploring the forest, cruising on a boat in the stream that flowed through it. Suddenly, near a bunch of bushes, they spotted this enormous creature. They started screaming in fear. But then they realized the creature itself was scared of them. That's when they decided to have some fun. The anaconda was struggling to break free. I am pretty pissed by how they treated the whole situation. First of all, that is very dangerous. That is an animal several times your size that spent its entire life hunting. Second of all, they seem to enjoy messing with the animal. Just leave the animal alone. Don't torment it, or you might regret it next time. Many individuals enjoy camping in the woods, spending the entire night surrounded by nature. However, unexpected things can happen in the woods, where unpredictable phenomena may occur at any time. This video was recorded by a group of friends who decided to spend a night in the woods for some fun. What happened to them at night was completely unexpected, and it left them terrified. In the dim light of a flashlight, they noticed something unknown. It seemed like a creature resided not too far away from them. They observed its shiny eyes, occasionally blinking, as if the unknown creature was constantly watching them. It can't be ruled out that the creature wasn't Bigfoot or any other predator given its large eyes. What adds to the unsettling nature of this footage is that the creature continued to gaze at them without fear.
Hey, eyeballs. 2 eyeballs. Bam, straight over your right shoulder.
I am not sure whether that they're doing there is brave or stupid, but I personally would get out. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. A cemetery can be an unsettling place for some during the daylight, and even the bravest individuals may find it eerie at night when cemeteries take on a haunted appearance. This footage captures such a place, a mysterious cemetery situated next to a thick forest. During one night, the security camera records an unsettling and truly bizarre phenomenon. A shadow emerges near the cemetery, growing in size and shifting from one burial ground to another. The entire scene is truly unsettling, like a scene from a horror movie. While many may dismiss the existence of ghosts, unexpected and inexplicable phenomena occasionally occur, challenging our perception of the universe and suggesting it might be stranger than we imagine. Death is universally perceived as the conclusion of life. However, when something dead can exhibit signs or characteristics of life, it is known as undead, typically associated with supernatural beings. The footage we're about to witness presents a compelling depiction of the undead phenomenon. A frightening and terrifying creature is captured crawling in the video, despite its eerie appearance suggesting it might have met its demise. This mysterious creature continues its stride. The creature bears some resemblance to a human being, prompting the thought that it might have once been human. What are your thoughts on this unknown and frightening entity? Share your comments below. Abandoned buildings and under construction houses are the best places known for ghosts. In this footage, a person captures an unsettling sight at a recently started construction site. He notices something strange in the building. Before starting to record the footage, he had already witnessed the unsettling and scary ghosts, which compelled him to record it on his camera.
Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ah! Guys, gua udah zoom. Kang Adit. Gua udah zoom. Gua zoom, teman-teman. Dan ini siaran live.
In the footage, it's evident that the man was terrified. He turns his flashlight to every corner of the building, and suddenly, a person appears on the ceiling of the room. It had no legs and was lurking from the ceiling. Suddenly, the unknown entity disappeared into the ceiling. This footage raises numerous questions. Is that the lost soul of a person who lived on that land, disturbed by the recent construction? Tornadoes are always dangerous, as they cause significant destruction in various parts of the world every year. Footage of some of the largest tornadoes is widely available on the internet, and you may have come across such videos. However, have you ever witnessed a snow tornado? In this video, a tornado is observed amidst a snowy landscape where people are skiing. Upon noticing the tornado, they wisely moved aside. Although I am not sure whether such a tornado would have enough force to pull you in, as we can see someone going very close to it, I would certainly not be the first one to go and try it. I would instead prefer to watch the beautiful display of nature from afar. Lions are beautiful to observe when confined to a zoo or cage, but once set free, they become potentially dangerous. Imagine a scenario where a lion enters a public space, and no one is there to safeguard the innocent lives. Such an incident occurred unexpectedly one night in a town. No one was present around at that time, besides this poor cow. Security cameras capture the lions roaming freely. They approach a cow, creating a tense moment as the cow appears terrified. However, it becomes evident that the lions didn't intend to attack the cow for food. Instead, they were merely exploring the streets and wandering around the town. If they were serious, the cow would stand no chance. We can only hope that authorities were immediately informed, ensuring the safety of both civilians and animals. The subsequent events, however, remain unclear. In 2013, a family of 5 celebrated the first birthday of their youngest child. The child's father started capturing the beautiful moment with a camera, as he wanted to immortalize the joyous occasion. Little did they know, an uninvited guest was present among them. Although they were all immersed in happiness, unbeknownst to them, a ghost was present in their house. They shared the footage on social media, only to later discover something peculiar upon reviewing it. A television behind the family was switched on, and in the screen's light, a ghost-like figure could be seen walking behind them. It had a human-like appearance, but it's peculiar, seemingly floating or walking extremely fast. I am not sure what happened after this, but I do hope this family is fine. One morning, a group of friends was enjoying the beautiful surroundings. They noticed something unexpected.
My God. What is that thing, man? I didn't know it was that f***ing big. It's not coming up here, is it? No, I don't even think it recognizes, man. Calm down, be quiet.
An enormous creature appeared out of nowhere and started walking through the tall grass. Although a bit blurry, the footage seems authentic. It fits the description of Bigfoot from what I can tell. I am not sure, though, why it would show itself openly when clearly someone is watching it. Do you agree? Imagine yourself driving your car during a storm. The heavy rain falls, and you're just trying to get home sooner. However, suddenly, an unexpected event occurs that shakes you to your core. This is precisely what unfolded for the individual who recorded this footage. Driving cautiously on a rainy morning, the car ahead of theirs unexpectedly is hit by a really strong lightning. If I was that driver, I would start praying again to God because he seemingly just warned me. This is perhaps the most unsettling footage you'll ever witness. A group of friends who were fascinated by the stories of ghosts and unknown flying objects decided to explore a place known for alien abductions. What followed was truly unsettling and frightening. We can see them huddled behind a rock, and we get a glimpse of what is frightening them. 2 alien-like figures can be seen seemingly searching. They are clearly disturbed, but the moment the cameraman goes for another peek, one of the creatures lunges at him. They begin a frantic run, which fortunately works in getting them out of there. But what exactly was that? Real aliens searching for new experiment subjects, or just a cleverly crafted prank? This next video adds to the mystery of the woods and the Bigfoot. Some guys were hiking in a forest and they started hearing grunts in the forest, so they got ready for an animal, while at the same time still wanting to film it. This is what they caught. This video captures a mysterious creature wandering amidst the trees in the woods, covered in thick black fur. What makes it chilling is the size of this entity. If I would approximate its height, it looks to be 7 to 8 foot tall. Is it a new species, or perhaps something long thought to be extinct? Or, to be more exact, could this be Bigfoot? What do you think? Is it fake? A person in a really well-made Bigfoot costume, or is it authentic? You know what's more chilling than Bigfoots strolling in a forest next to you? a creature stalking you in the woods. In this next video, we see a man walking around the woods as he is recording. But things are off. In a distant tree, right in front of him, we see a creature stalking him behind a tree. The video is a little bit shaky and we cannot fully distinguish its facial features, and only its upper body can be seen, which appears as if to be covered in an oversized hoodie. To me, I think it could be a bear peeping at him, but it would be weird. Personally, I have never seen such a timid bear. Why it isn't chasing or threatening the man? Truth be told, I would prefer Bigfoot stalking me. At least they don't eat you alive like bears do. I don't know what to consider interesting in this video. This guy not panicking, or the creature. Away from land sightings, this freaky clip sent by Ruth Muldong, a TikToker who encounters an uncanny presence in the water. What appears to be a routine swim takes a frightening turn. An unsettling twist occurs as she goes beneath the surface. Pay close attention. An unearthly black pair of legs appears behind her, a weird trespass into her underwater environment. What's even more weird is as she goes back above the water, suddenly, the shadowy legs are nowhere to be found. The clip leaves a frightening aftertaste, raising troubling issues about the line between reality and the unknown. Could this be a restless spirit of someone who lost their life? This video just shows that even a relaxing thing, such as taking a swim in a place you'd consider safe and relaxing, can still turn into a haunting experience. This scary video shows someone recording while walking down in the sewers for reasons I don't know. Sewers are known to be home to lurking animals such as alligators, so it is for sure a place you would not want to find yourself into. As he looks through a dark turning, a pair of glowing eyes seem to pop out of the corner and then back. The creature behind the corner does that a few times, and I have no idea why this guy did not start running right away. We can all agree that the nature of the eyes clearly show that they cannot be of a human. Adding to the mystery, the person recording walks towards the corner only to reveal that there is no one there, and the time he takes could not allow anyone to run all this distance and hide. I really applaud the person recording for his sheer bravery, but condemn them for the risks they put themselves into for no reason at the same time. But the question remains, exactly what was hiding behind that corner? The first thought I had was of the rake, as it does seem similar to me a bit. Rakes are cryptids known to have glowing eyes and are prone to stalking humans out in the darkness. Could it be a rake or another mystery? Seems like forests are not the safest places to be even during the day. In this video, someone seems to have noticed a weird bipedal creature lurking in the woods and starts recording. In the video, we see an ape-like creature roaming around the forest as if it was looking for something. Some people claim to have seen the skunk ape in the forests and marshes of the southeastern United States, particularly in Florida. And it is often characterized as an ape-like monster with black hair covering its body, standing 5-7 feet tall. It is sometimes compared to Bigfoot. So, could this be just another sighting of the mysterious skunk ape? Going back to the sewers, this next video will leave you chilled. In this one, some teens were lured by strange noises coming from a nearby sewer tunnel. Out of curiosity, one of them decided to check out what the source of the noise could be. But things don't go as he expects. As he goes deeper into the sewers, the noise becomes louder and closer, and this really seems to startle him. Then suddenly, out of dark, a strange creature comes out screaming eerily.
What the hell?
The boy is scared to the bones, and he turns in the other direction, fleeing to safety. He manages to get back to the clear and safe ground outside the sewers, but perhaps forever scarred by that encounter. What could have been that creature? There is no clear conclusion to its shape. It looks like just a creature with an elongated head and really long legs, with glowing eyes. Its screams seemed animalistic in nature, nowhere close to those of a human. Could it be some sort of animal who made the sewers its hiding spot? Or was that a cryptid waiting for a prey? The video starts with a man explaining that they have been encountering an unwanted creature around their fence, in a nearby forest. He explains that this has happened for quite some time now.
I don't know if you could see past this, but so behind this where I'm pointing right now, there's a forest back there, and it's a pretty big forest. It's a state park.
But just as he is explaining that, in the middle of his monologue, something unexpected happens.
And did you hear that?
In a distance, the supposed creature makes a very shrilling sound, none like we've heard before, and definitely not even close to a familiar animal sound.
That was it. Oh.
Could it be some weird mountain lion or hog sounds that come out as a little bit more creepy? Or could it be a skinwalker? Let us know in the comments. In another video, Bigfoot may have been spotted yet again in Yellowstone National Park, this time in the company of some bison, which are not aware of the strange activities in their presence. The blurry video, which was posted by YouTube user Mary Greeley and later targeted by Bigfoot hunters, claims to show not one, but 4 Bigfoots stumbling through the woods. Well, if we analyze the video closely, despite it being hazy, the Bigfoots can be seen portrayed in a shadowy form. The 4 of them are initially visible, but for an unknown reason, 3 of them vanished behind a tree. From the distance we see them, we can certainly state that they must be huge individuals, something you would not want to meet face to face, especially since it seems to travel in a pack. These things would tear you apart by sheer force. But if there are so many of Bigfoot out there, how come we have not caught one by now? This next video involves a place we would expect to be haunted, a castle. Every castle has its own dark story, and maybe this too, one which lives to this day. This is a drone footage of an English castle, and at first it appears to be a normal recording of a castle. But things get weird the more and closer you look. As seen in the video, a translucent figure seems to be walking in the cabin camera fault, as we clearly see its shape and form, which resembles a human ghost. Castles are known to be a breeding ground for hauntings due to their frequently bloody past. So a sight like this is no wonder. Could this be evidence that we leave together with ghosts, in the same space, but we just can't notice? And what could their intentions be? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Prepare to be terrified by this eerie video that defies explanation. A beekeeper was checking on his bees when spotted a perplexing sight. A goat-like creature emerges slowly from dense vegetation. The physique of this animal is peculiar as it has strange curled horns. As he looks closer, the observer is struck by a chilling realization. This is no ordinary animal and is not probably a goat. Every quiver of its head, every slight change of its body contributes to the unsettling mood. This could probably be some kind of prank, or eerily, maybe a creature of the unknown. This video, recorded by surveillance cameras inside a house, captures a series of eerie occurrences that suggest a paranormal presence. The first footage shows a girl playing with her dolls. Notably, in the corner of the room, another doll dressed in a purple dress with 2 ponytails exhibits strange behavior. Its head slowly moves on its own, stirring questions about a possible ghostly presence in the house. In the second footage, taken in a different room, the same girl is seen doing her homework. Initially, papers on the table start moving abruptly, startling the girl and causing her to flee the room. Upon her return, the unexplained movements resume. Papers flutter again, her pencil box falls to the floor, and the table begins to shift by itself, as if manipulated by an unseen force. The incidents in this video, particularly the unexplained movements of inanimate objects, leave an unsettling impression. It suggests the presence of a ghost, seemingly intent on making its presence felt. Have you ever had that eerie feeling like someone's watching you when you're alone? Well, if you have, brace yourself because this video is going to send shivers down your spine. It was captured by a homeowner who was peacefully sleeping one night when he heard a strange noise at his window, and what he caught on camera is truly chilling. In the video, you can clearly see a massive gorilla-like figure lurking outside the window. Its presence is enough to send a shiver down your spine. Some folks who've seen this footage speculate that it might be Bigfoot, but the evidence isn't crystal clear. It could also be a person dressed up in a gorilla suit, but there's something about those eyes that looks all too real for comfort. What are your thoughts on this unsettling visitor? Security cameras are meant to keep homes safe, but sometimes they capture unusual and odd moments. One homeowner recorded such an incident on their security camera. In the video, there's a very skinny and naked man behaving strangely, almost like he's possessed by a spirit. It's possible he could be someone struggling with drug addiction and under the influence. Whatever the cause of his behavior, it's clear that he needs help for his mental well-being. However, for the homeowner, seeing someone act so strangely on their doorstep was a scary and strange experience. This video was shared on TikTok by a user named Ben Trolley. In the video, the uploader claims to have captured a strange creature he believes is a rake stalking him. The video starts with a cameraman recording something in the bushes near a forest. In those bushes, we can see a pair of eyes lurking. These eyes are accompanied by a humanoid figure's outline, and it appears to have a naked body. All these characteristics seem to match the description of what people call a rake. This mysterious figure just stands there, watching the person recording, and their intentions are unclear. It's uncertain whether this creature is simply lurking and following the person or if it has more sinister and harmful intentions. This video was taken at a construction site by a night shift worker, and it shows something very strange and eerie. In the video, there's a wheelbarrow, and right next to it we can see something moving in a really creepy and unusual way. This figure looks kind of like a human, but moves in a very peculiar manner. This mysterious creature appears to have a white body with a head shape resembling that of a yeti, and it seems to be covered in white fur. It moves slowly, as if it's being cautious or searching for something. What do you think about this unusual creature? Getting chased or followed by something is already quite scary, but being silently watched by an unknown entity is a different kind of frightening experience. In this video, a homeowner recorded what happened when he heard strange noises coming from his backyard. He decided to start filming, and in the video, we can see a forest in the distance, with it being nighttime. Suddenly, a figure moves swiftly within the woods. Based on its shape, it appears to be a humanoid creature, possibly a rake or a nightcrawler. It might be a good idea for the homeowner to consider changing his home or installing a fence in his backyard if he wants to keep this mysterious entity at bay. This video comes from Mexico and was recorded by a home security camera installed on a street. In the video, we can see a lady who looks really scared. She's running away from something and keeps looking back. She's holding a flashlight in her hand and is shouting for help as she runs.
Hey! What's up? What's up?
After running for a while, she stops and checks behind her to see if whatever was chasing her is gone. But she gets frightened because that thing is still there. So what is she running from? If we pay close attention from where the woman enters the street, we can see a smoky figure forming. This smoky figure tries to follow the lady, but then stops right before the well-lit area. This figure seems to take on a shape like a person. Even the cats and dogs in the area are scared by this thing, and you can hear them barking and see a cat running away. Horses are known for their strength, but even they can get scared by unknown creatures we've never seen before. In this video, we're in a horse barn where the horses are peacefully hanging out. Suddenly, something agile and strange appears inside the barn. This mysterious figure swiftly approaches one of the horses. The presence of this unsettling creature terrifies all the horses in the barn, making them anxious. They start acting nervously, and then they all begin to run. They try to jump over the fence as if they're running for their lives. One horse manages to leap over the fence successfully, but the second horse crashes through it and falls. We may not know exactly what this creature was, but one thing is for sure, it wasn't a pleasant sight. This video was shared on a TikTok account by a user named HardToGhetto. It's a security camera recording where we see a student closing his dorm room. While the student is trying to shut the door, something unusual happens. At the far end of the hallway, a small figure suddenly appears. This figure looks like a child or a small person, but it's completely black. It appears to have no head, just a long, stretched neck. The figure takes a few steps and then disappears into thin air. The student notices it from the corner of his eye, but he thinks it might be his imagination and goes about his usual day. This was a very creepy experience, and I imagine the whole student hostel must be quite uneasy after watching this security camera footage. Family late-night road trips are usually peaceful and memorable, but sometimes they can turn into a nightmare. In this particular instance, a family was on a long drive, passing through a forest road when something strange caught their attention. The mom started recording the trees, and as she recorded, a dark and shadowy figure peeked out from behind one of the trees. This figure was entirely black and seemed to be peering at the family in the car. After it peeked out 2 times, the family quickly drove away and didn't look back. It was a truly scary experience, especially considering that there were kids in the car who must have been really frightened by what they saw. This video comes from the Philippines and was captured by a home security camera. In the video, we can see a person walking by while carrying something in their hand. However, there's something really unusual about this figure. It appears to have no head. When we zoom in on the video, it becomes clear that this person is indeed headless, yet they are walking casually as if nothing is wrong. This is quite strange, especially considering that it happened in a densely populated neighborhood. Many other local residents claim to have seen this headless figure, and they believe it's the ghost of a headless being that wanders the streets. Some folks think it could be a stage stunt or fake, but the way this person walks so nonchalantly makes us wonder if there might be something more to this eerie sight. We've only explored a small part of the oceans. about 5%, and within that tiny portion, we've discovered millions of different aquatic species. But have you ever wondered about the remaining 95% of the sea? In this video from the Yangtze River in China, we can see a long, gigantic creature that looks somewhat like an eel swimming in the water. The front part of this creature is partly underwater, and its tail sticks out. It's really huge, and you can tell it's powerful by how it displaces water as it moves. Some people who have seen this video believe it might be the Loch Ness Monster, although it's a bit smaller than what we usually associate with the Loch Ness Monster. Whatever it is, it's definitely an unknown river creature that's captured our curiosity. This video was captured on a GoPro camera mounted on a four-wheeler as it traveled along a trail. In the footage, we can see the four-wheeler racing along the path before suddenly coming to a halt. The rider stops because they notice a dark, massive figure crossing the trail at some distance ahead. This strange figure, even at that considerable distance, appears quite huge. It is covered in thick black fur and exhibits a walking posture that resembles that of a human. While some might speculate that it could be an ape or gorilla, such creatures typically do not inhabit this type of environment. Therefore, the most plausible possibility is that this figure could indeed be the legendary Bigfoot. This video originates from Montana and showcases a wolf-like creature, but there are eerie and unusual aspects to its appearance. While it certainly resembles a wolf in some ways, there are distinct differences in its facial features and body structure. What sets this creature apart is its front legs, which are bent in a manner similar to that of a monkey, and its hind legs, which also deviate from the typical wolf anatomy. This peculiar combination has led some viewers to speculate that it might be a werewolf, as such mythical beings often possess these unique body features. Moreover, the creature's facial expression appears both creepy and aggressively predatory, underscoring the sense of unease it evokes. Regardless of its true identity, encountering such a creature on a trail or in the forest would undoubtedly be an unnerving experience. Security cameras are installed to provide us with a sense of safety and surveillance, but at times they capture events that send shivers down our spines. This particular video is from Indonesia, where a car is parked in front of a complex. After a few moments, something truly bizarre occurs. A greenish smoke materializes seemingly out of thin air, shaping itself into a humanoid figure, and then swiftly disappears. The greenish hue of this mysterious smoke gives it an eerie quality, and its transformation into the form of a human girl suggests that it might be a ghost or spirit. What makes this encounter even stranger is that after its passage, the entire atmosphere takes on a greenish tinge, almost as if the ghostly spirit interacted with the surrounding light or became visible near the installed light bulb. What are your thoughts on this mysterious phenomenon? Encounters with unsettling or unknown entities can be incredibly eerie, but what's even more disconcerting is the feeling of being stalked by something you can't identify. In this particular case, a trail camera was set up in a forest to monitor the fox population. The footage begins with the appearance of a fox, which seems notably anxious and frightened by something in its surroundings. The fox cautiously approaches a tree and spends some time scanning its environment. The movement of the fox's ears indicates that it is on high alert, clearly sensing the presence of an imminent threat. After a few seconds, upon closer examination, something chilling becomes apparent in the background. A pair of eyes. These eyes were stealthy, watching the fox throughout the duration of the video, likely the very entity that had the fox so alarmed and seeking cover. What adds to the creepiness of these eyes is their height, suggesting that the creature they belong to is exceptionally large. What are your thoughts on what this stalking entity might be? In this video, we're confronted with a peculiar sight. A mysterious creature perched atop a tree without any visible means of support. This enigmatic being displays an impressive sense of balance, maintaining its stance with ease, almost as if it were a common occurrence. Its form appears humanoid, yet it's challenging to accept that it could be a human, given how effortlessly it stands on that tree in the heart of the forest. The local resident who captured this video shared their belief that this creature is the fabled forest witch, a figure they claim to have glimpsed on various trees on multiple occasions. According to their accounts, this witch materializes briefly on a random tree and then mysteriously vanishes. The scene is undeniably eerie, leaving us to contemplate the existence of such mysterious entities in the world. As a hiker ventured deeper into the forest, a mysterious sight halted him in his tracks. Heart racing, he fumbled for his phone, ready to capture the uncanny scene that lay directly in front of him. The camera's focus shifts, revealing an enigmatic figure with an oddly shaped head, gazing downward as if sensing something beyond trees. But what is weird is that this creature seems to walk on two and looking around in a human-like manner. Yet we can clearly see it's not human. Suddenly, it straightened, revealing its towering stature and massive hunched back that set it apart from any known creature. Emerging from the trees, it paused, its watchful eyes scanning the surroundings once more before its gaze slowly turned, locking onto the direction of the hiker. Time seemed to stand still as the hiker's fear clashed with his determination to remain hidden. The creature's intense gaze held him captive, his heart pounding in his chest. Then, as if breaking a spell, the creature averted its gaze and continued its silent journey through the woods, disappearing from view and bringing the video to an eerie close. While much about the video remains a mystery, the creature's behavior hints at a deliberate avoidance of being seen, shrouding itself in an air of unsettling secrecy. Residents of a small town in Asia reported that at night, they heard sounds coming from an abandoned cave a few kilometers away from the town. So one night, they decided to search the cave to find out the cause of the strange sound. But upon entering the cave, they found something very disturbing. They caught sight of a woman on all four limbs, and as they approached her, she began making her way towards them in a very frightening manner. Her face was pale white, and her eyes were very chilling to look into. But the most terrifying thing was the way she crawled towards them. The people were terrified and confused about what the old lady was doing in the abandoned cave, why she was on her four limbs, and if she was the one making the strange sounds they heard at night. This video was uploaded to TikTok by a biker named Josie Maria. He and his pals decided to go for a bike ride on a dirt road one night. They were having fun cruising along when something really spooky got caught on Josie's camera. In the video, Josie breaks away from the biker in front and takes a different path. But as he turns onto this narrow trail, his bike's light shines on something in the middle of the road. It's quick, like a blink, and you'll miss it moment. But what he saw was super creepy. It looked a lot like a woman wearing a black gown with long brown hair covering her face. And because it was so late at night, some folks might think it could be a ghost. Sure, there might be people saying it was just a tree trunk or something, but the way Jose reacted right away shows he wasn't so sure about that. What do you think? Could it have been something spooky? In a quiet house? A woman was alone with her dog when suddenly the lights went out, leaving everything dark. She was puzzled by the problem and heard a noise outside. Armed with a flashlight and her phone, she went to investigate and found something unexpected. When she looked out of the window, she saw her gate opening and closing on its own, even though there was no wind. She got curious and looked around for an explanation, and that's when she spotted something really scary. With her flashlight, she aimed it towards the gate and saw what seemed like a person in black clothes staring back at her. Imagine being alone in the dark with a strangely dressed person outside your gate. That would give anyone goosebumps. The woman was scared too, but she needed to be sure of what she saw. So she got a brighter flashlight, and when she returned, something weird happened. Instead of the person, she saw a black cat in the same spot. But she was convinced she had seen a person, so she kept looking. And then, on the other side of the gate, she saw the same figure in black clothes. She got really scared and quickly turned off her flashlight. At that moment, she heard 3 loud bangs on her door. The video ends there, and we don't know what happened to the woman that night, but it feels like something you'd see in a scary movie. A bunch of close friends embark on a wild rowing adventure down a turbulent river. The waves are crashing, and the excitement is palpable. One of them grabs his camera, ready to capture the thrills. Little did he know, he'd capture something far beyond thrilling. As the guy in his one-man boat battles against the force of the river, the camera's lens suddenly spots a mysterious movement at the left edge of the frame. From behind a gnarled tree emerges a figure, shrouded in an eerie aura. In that fleeting moment, its massive physique comes into focus. A hulking upper body that exudes an air of intimidation. It's as if the legendary enigma, Bigfoot, has stepped right out of the shadows. The guys, lost in the rush of the adventure, were completely clueless about the extraordinary sight they'd just caught on camera. But imagine their mix of exhilaration and unease when they later watched the recording, realizing that they had unwittingly brushed against something far more mystifying than they could have ever imagined. This video was recorded in Caledonia Street, Scotland. A pair of tourists decided to take a leisurely nighttime stroll down this quiet street. One of them thought it'd be cool to record the adventure on his phone. Little did he know, he was about to capture something way more than he bargained for. In the video, these tourists are walking along, and they come across this old, eerie-looking house. You know, the kind you'd expect to see in a horror movie. They're peering around when all of a sudden, they spot some movement up in a flat's window. Now, this is where things get seriously strange. You see, that house is in a place called Clune Park Estate, and it's got a spooky reputation. It's this rundown, isolated spot that's supposed to be torn down soon. But what happens next shatters the idea that it's abandoned. After catching that movement in the window, they focus on it, and guess what? Someone's peering out from behind the glass, then quickly ducks away. But here's the kicker. This someone isn't like your everyday person. Nope, not at all. This figure's got a head that's all sorts of wrong. Dark patches around the eyes, and get this, something that looks like a horn on its forehead. It's like something out of a nightmare. The video ends with the tourists rushing towards the door, probably wanting to get an explanation for whatever they just witnessed. There are supposed to be 430 flats in that estate, but only 20 people live there. After seeing this video, you'd probably agree that it's not just humans who call that place home. This footage comes from a guy who's been dealing with some freaky stuff going down in his house for a few weeks. So he sets up a camera in the room where most of the weirdness has been happening. And what he captures? It's the stuff of nightmares. He's out having drinks with his buddies when his phone notifies him. It's the camera telling him there's movement in the house. You can bet he's feeling a mix of curiosity and straight up dread as he checks it out. In the video, we're looking at what seems to be a regular storage room. Nothing unusual at first glance. But then something way off starts happening. An object at the back of the room starts shifting, like someone's actually moving it. But here's the kicker. No one should be in the house. When you zoom in, it's like someone or something pokes their head out, stares right into the camera for a brief, heart-stopping second, and then pulls back. Now, that's freaky on its own. But here's what makes it a horror show. This person or thing knew exactly where the camera was. They knew their way around his house. After watching this, I'm willing to bet the homeowner found somewhere else to spend the night, and possibly the rest of the weekend as well. A man and his cat were having a chill time at night at his residence when suddenly he heard something drop in his room closet. Since they were alone in the apartment, he grabbed his phone and began recording. As the video begins, we see the cat standing next to the closet and looking up above like there is something or someone there. Then, out of nowhere, the closet cotton is flung open without an indication as to who or what opened it. This strange phenomenon sends even the cat scampering away as the homeowner stands in confusion about what he just witnessed. But in a bid to find an explanation, the homeowner enters the closet and experiences something frightening.
I don't know what the hell it is. No. Oh, hell no.
During his inspection, a plastic container from a shelf falls to the ground and comes to rest beside his work table. This forces the homeowner to abandon the inspection and possibly his house too. The video ends there, and although there is no concrete explanation for any of this, it would be extremely terrifying for anyone to be in that situation. This video serves as a cautionary tale about the horrors of venturing deep into the forest with just a flashlight at night. While most of us wouldn't dare, the lady in this video decided to explore, and she got more than she bargained for. In the footage, the lady shares that she spotted something behind a tree in the distance. As she focuses the camera, we can see an unknown entity peeking from behind that tree. It remains still for a while, and the lady insists that she saw it move. Suddenly, the mysterious figure makes a sudden move, startling the lady, who promptly flees the scene. Encountering an unknown creature in the forest, especially one seemingly stalking from a hidden spot, is undeniably a terrifying experience. The advice here is pretty straightforward. Let's all avoid emulating this brave lady and refrain from venturing into the forest alone at night. This video captures a moment from a hiking adventure in the Acadian Canadian forest involving two friends. As they ventured through the forest, their attention was drawn to rustling noises emanating from some nearby bushes.
Where the hell did that thing go? I had to be scared, dude. What the f is that thing? Do you see it? Mm-hmm. I hear the bushes moving. What the hell is that thing, man?
They quickly decided to record what was causing this commotion. In the video, we can see a black figure emerging from the bushes and crossing a field at some distance. This figure appears to be strolling casually, seemingly unaware of the hikers recording it. What's particularly striking is its immense size, standing somewhere between 7 to 9 feet tall, with a body shape resembling that of a human. Its gait and the way it navigates through the bushes closely resemble human movement. Confused and uncertain about what they were witnessing, one of the hikers speculates that it might be a bear. However, upon closer examination, it becomes evident that this figure is definitely not a bear. In fact, it bears a resemblance to what many people commonly refer to as Bigfoot. This chilling video was captured by a security camera and presents a truly eerie scene. In the footage, we observe two mysterious figures standing just outside a gate, bathed in the headlights of a truck. As the owner of the truck approaches, presumably to enter the vehicle, he notices the presence of these two figures and signals for them to move aside. Strangely, the figures remain stationary and do not respond to his gestures. Confused, the owner pauses for a moment, attempting to discern whether his eyes are playing tricks on him. After this brief moment of scrutiny, he proceeds to sit inside his truck and turns on the bright headlights, expecting the figures to react or move. However, to his surprise, when the headlights pierce through the darkness, the area near the gate appears empty, with no trace of the two figures that were clearly visible just moments ago. This unsettling incident raises questions about the nature of these enigmatic figures and their sudden disappearance. This video, posted on the Creepy Captures subreddit, is not for the faint of heart, especially if you have arachnophobia. The uploader claims to have captured footage of a gigantic spider-like creature in his garage floor. As the video unfolds, we can see a recessed area within the floor, and inside it lies a truly eerie tarantula-like creature. This tarantula is notably large, featuring its signature spindly legs and a substantial body, all quite reminiscent of a typical tarantula. The camera person then cautiously employs a wooden object to prod the creature and determine if it's still alive. To their surprise, the tarantula moves in response to the prodding. What makes this encounter particularly strange is the coloration of the tarantula. While some species of tarantulas, like the pink-toe tarantula, exhibit an entirely pink body, this specimen is different. Its legs are distinctly dark black, which contrasts sharply with its otherwise pink-hued body. This unique coloration raises intriguing questions about the specific species or variety of this tarantula. This video is undeniably spooky, and it sent shivers down my spine when I watched it at night. The footage was uploaded to Facebook by a homeowner who claimed to have heard peculiar footsteps on their roof. In an attempt to investigate, they captured something truly unsettling. As the video unfolds, we see the homeowner using a flashlight to illuminate the source of the mysterious rooftop sounds. Suddenly, they spot a head peering from the rooftop's edge. Upon zooming in, the features of this head become more apparent. It has a distinctly humanoid appearance with two clearly visible eyes. Moreover, the head displays a shockingly pale pinkish skin tone, and there is evidence of white hair. The video cuts off at this point, leaving us with this eerie image of the head lurking on the roof. This encounter is indeed hair-raising, and one can't help but sympathize with the homeowner's dilemma, whether to confront and eliminate this enigmatic presence or simply vacate the premises altogether. This unsettling video was shared on a TikTok account named PeachAssassin99 by a concerned lady. In the video, she recounts a rather peculiar experience with her landlord. According to her, the landlord sent her pictures showcasing the new windows recently installed in their house. However, upon receiving and closely inspecting the images, she made a spine-chilling discovery. As she zoomed in on the left window situated near the chimney, she noticed a doll positioned behind it. The alarming part was that she claimed not to own any dolls herself, and there was no such doll in her possession when she had last checked. To add to her fear, visible scratches were apparent on the windowsill. In an attempt to reassure herself, she revisited the same spot, yet there was no trace of the doll. This bizarre occurrence left her deeply disturbed, especially considering her strong aversion to dolls. Many viewers of her video suggested that perhaps it was time for her to start looking for another place to live, as it seemed her current house might now belong to someone or something else entirely. This video was recorded by an oil field worker who believes he may have captured footage of the elusive Bigfoot while on the job. In the video, filmed from inside a car, we can see a massive figure in the woods ahead. This gigantic creature stands completely still and appears to be covered in dark fur. Interestingly, the driver didn't notice this creature at the time of recording, but upon reviewing the footage later, he made a rather unsettling discovery. This creature stands out significantly due to its immense size when compared to the trees it lurks behind. The big question here is, why is this mighty creature lurking in the woods? What could be its purpose or intention? And most importantly, what exactly is it? Could it be the legendary Bigfoot? A strange video circulating online has sparked heated debates about its authenticity. The footage depicts a cliff face with a strange creature emerging from one of its many holes. The upper body, partially visible, bears an uncanny resemblance to a ghoul, a mythical, demonic being said to haunt graveyards and desolate places. After a brief struggle, the creature manages to squeeze out of the hole, revealing its full frame. Contrary to expectations, instead of a towering monster, viewers are met with a surprisingly small figure. Some claim it looks like a baby ghoul, scurrying away on tiny legs as the camera attempts to follow. However, the video's authenticity has come under heavy scrutiny. Many viewers, myself included, are skeptical due to several factors. The movement of the creature appears unnatural, almost like something out of a computer simulation. Additionally, the texture of its body doesn't seem to seamlessly blend in with the surrounding environment, creating a sense of artificiality. While the video may pique curiosity and even ignite a sense of wonder, the evidence overwhelmingly points towards it being a cleverly crafted piece of computer-generated imagery, rather than a genuine encounter with the mythical.
For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.